Good morning, yoga loves. Let's get started today in child's pose. Any variation you prefer. Oh my, everything's popping and cracking over here. Not sure we can hear all that. Okay. And take a moment here. Let your breath flow. Take the right arm ready to cross the chest. And back to center, other side. And back to center, 2 cycles of breath. Press up to all fours and take 3 cow-cats. One more round. Come to neutral. We're going to take a puppy pose. So keep your hips and your knees where they are. Walk the hands out. Press the chest down. Press back to all fours. Pause here. Right leg up. Right knee to right elbow. And back. And again. And back. Last time. And back. Bring it to the ground. Other side. Left leg up. I'm just cracking and popping everywhere. Bring it in. And back. Back. And in. Back. Come back to center. Downward facing dog. So I was reading an article about what do we do when a culture becomes absurd? When things don't make sense and when we feel kind of trapped in the madness. And it's interesting, an article came up for me about, I'm going to say it wrong, Hayawaka, something like that, from the Sioux Indian tribe. Feet to hands, halfway lift. And how, as part of their healthy everyday culture, they had a satirist, right? Think of like a medieval jester whose job was to point out all of the things that really did not make sense culturally. Ragdoll. arms come overhead. Grab a wrist and lean. Back to center, other side. Back to center, forward fold. Halfway lift. High push-up. Right knee to right elbow, and back, left, and back, right, back, left, back, last one each side. Lower down, up dog or cobra. So this idea, right, that someone has to be there to point out when things aren't making sense anymore. Tap your forehead down. Downward facing dog. So many times it's in this jesting that people can get out their frustration with what's happening culturally. Inhale, look at your hands. Exhale, feet to hands. Halfway lift. Bow forward. Inhale up. Exhale down. Halfway. High and low push up. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left leg forward, warrior one. So this idea, right, that programs like Saturday Night Live are important. Warrior two, they give us the opportunity to point out what we might not be able to in everyday life as being absurd. Extended side angle. Ninja pose, back of the mat. Turn the toes out. Go with me here. We're going to warrior one, other side. So you're going to turn the toes, walk the right foot out. Warrior two. Extended side angle. Ninja pose, other side. Warrior one, left leg forward. High and low push up. Upward facing. Downward facing, breathe. So if you have a child who's a jokester or a prankster, pay attention. Maybe they are picking up on more than you realize. And their satire is their way to handle something they find incredibly stressful. Drop onto the knees, puppy pose again. So lifting the tailbone up. knee to elbow, expand, knee to elbow, expand, knee to elbow, expand, bring it down. Other side, right leg, left arm. Contract, out, in, out, in, out. Bring it down. As you're ready, downward facing dog. Feet halfway up the mat, turn the toes out. Yogi squat. One hand down, one arm up. Back to center, other side. Back to center, downward facing dog. And drop to your knees, puppy pose. Try to pick up the knees. Release, press up, shake it out. So it's almost like dolphin, right, where the shoulders are activating, but they're also deep stretch. So it can be a lot. It can be a lot of pose with such a cute name. Kind of like kids that carry a lot of kick with just a little funny story, right? I don't know why I'm thinking of kids, but I feel like there's always that one classroom jester, right? If we're really listening, he might have something important to say, even about his own experience and interpretation of the world around him or her. One more time, puppy pose. Arms come out. Tuck the toes. Pick it up. Drop. Shake it out. For some of you, this might be really easy. Straighten the legs, right? It's down dog essentially, but with a deep heart opener. We're gonna do a third one here in a minute. Shake it out. Get ready. Puppy pose with legs lifted. Last one. If you hate this, do it. Go. Woo. Release. All fours. And pause. One more breath. Come on to the back. Pausing, knees bent. And settle here for a moment. Bridge pose, hips up, heels down. And release. Bring the knees 90 degrees. Goal post the arms, twist. I almost feel like in the Sioux culture, their being is almost like holding space for the opposite of what's occurring. So what they will do, like if it's hot out, if it's summer, they'll pile on coats and shiver like it's winter. Right? It's almost like reminding you that, yes, it's hot right now, but it will be cold again. So what attitude can you have around the heat to just, I don't know, keep you balanced? Other side. That's my very limited American take on that cultural icon. But I think it's important, right, to remember, even in the midst of something being really amazing, like have a healthy respect for the fact that everything changes. I think it comes from a different place of joy at that point, of gratitude. Almost like the show Schitt's Creek, right? They're living it up, too wealthy to know. And they're miserable. And they lose everything and they go through the worst possible thing that a person who's incredibly wealthy can think of, right? They become poor. And in that poverty, they find true happiness. So there's the cultural reference there for you for today. Come back to center. Legs long. Arms by your side. Take a big inhale here. And sigh. Bring awareness back into your body. Make your way to a fetal position on either side. As you're ready, come to a simple seat. And bring your hands to heart center. And the place in me that can hold space for the absurdity and beauty of life at the same time acknowledges that same place in you. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you, yogis. Have a great day or evening or happy life.